I am calling for his immediate resignation.
The New York Republicans are calling you a disgrace. You will not resign? Pardon me? What is your response to New York Republicans?
Trying to get in the elevator.
Oh my. Republican Congressman George Santos of the 3rd District in New York, the biggest liar that has ever lied, the guy that has lied about almost everything his entire life, and I'll get to all of his lies at the end of this video, is facing even more heat now, along with a new lie that has been revealed as Nassau County Republicans, Republican lawmakers in his own district in New York, are calling on him to resign. So I'm going to get to some clips from this press conference, and there are a lot of Republicans here, surprisingly, telling Santos to resign. And I'll also get to this new lie that came out during this conference, and I'll also get to, as I said, all of his lies, and also how the GOP in Washington are reacting to this, and why it's very unlikely they're going to do anything to push him out. But first here's the clip. The initial clip from this press conference calling on Santos to resign again. This is the Nassau County Republicans. These are state lawmakers in New York, in his own county, telling him to resign.
George Santos' campaign last year was a campaign of deceit, lies, and fabrication. He deceived the voters of the 3rd Congressional District. He deceived the members of the Nassau County Republican Committee, elected officials, his colleagues, candidates, his opponents, and even some of the media. Today, on behalf of the Nassau County Republican Committee, I am calling for his immediate resignation.
All right, so I'll get to the reaction from George Santos, and again, I'll also get to all of his lies and more in this video. They also said during that press conference that they are now going to redirect calls that are supposed to go to from the county that are supposed to go to his office. They're going to redirect them to another congressperson, which is amazing. But and also get to more clips from that press conference, just a supercut of all the different lawmakers there saying things about Santos. But here is his initial reaction to the news. This is Rachel Scott, who's done a good job at ABC News, really pursuing Santos, asking him these questions. Well, here he is today, again, avoiding this this news.
Will you step down?
I will not. Guys, we're gonna need a little bit of space here.
The New York Republicans are calling you a disgrace. You will not resign?
Pardon me?
What is your response to New York
Trying to get in
Republicans?
the elevator.
Just amazing. Again, this guy has lied about everything. To not care at all. We're talking about like a different breed of human here. How do you go through life like this, lying about absolutely everything? So he's clearly a pathological liar. He's the kind of person that just, you don't really understand how far the lies can go until you really break them down bit by bit and realize, holy crap, this, like, he has an adverse reaction telling the truth. For him, he has to lie to survive. It's like a tick. So let me go over his reaction here on Twitter, where he says, "I was elected to serve the people of New York's 3rd District, not the party and politicians." During this press conference, one of the, I believe it was the mayor or someone else here, came out and said that every single person, every single call they are getting now, and every person that's coming to City Hall or coming to talk to these lawmakers, they're asking, what the hell do we do about this guy? We got to get him out. So it's not just lawmakers that are bothered by his lies. It's people in his district that want him out. But of course, this guy's all lies. So he claims all about the party and politicians. "I remain committed to doing that and regret to hear that local officials refuse to work with my office to deliver results to keep our community safe and lower the cost of living. I will not resign." What? Okay. This is just, the standard Republican lie that he cares about lowering the cost of living. So, it's important to note, because there is, you expect a certain level of lying from these lawmakers. Republicans lie all the time. George Santos just turns it up to 100. Like, there is no, they're all liars, but he lies on another level. And if you haven't paid attention, Oh, buddy, let me get to the lies, or wait to the lies, all the lies at the end of this video that I will go through. But here are some more clips from this press conference of the various lawmakers here, again, Republicans, calling on him to resign.
By all accounts, he seems incapable and unwilling to take full responsibility for his lies and fabrications.
He is a stain on the House of Representatives. He's a stain on the 3rd Congressional District.
It is probably impossible for us to get someone who has no shame to do what is right.
People trusted him. People voted for him. People campaigned for him, including me as a county legislator.
He's a national joke. He's an international joke. But this joke's got to go.
George, I'm speaking to you. It's time to step down.
And if this gentleman was in any other profession, he would be fired immediately for lying about his credentials.
Now, to be fair, on that last point about being fired over your credentials, there are many things that lawmakers do in terms of lying about what they're going to be fighting for. I mean, coming to mind immediately is Kyrsten Sinema, who used to be part of the Green Party and now is basically a Republican. So, and she campaigned on, expanding healthcare, eliminating the cost of prescription pharmaceuticals, all this stuff. So those lies are what you are almost, they're accepted for some reason. They shouldn't be, but they're accepted in Washington is what you run on, you don't actually run on. That's apparently perfectly fine. But yes, Santos has done more. So he's done that, of course. He's also done everything else in terms of, his history, lies about his family. Again, I'm going to get to all of it in a second here. But this is a new lie that came out during this press conference. This one is laugh out loud hilarious. Let me share this.
Could you just explain what was on that resume?
Well, to my recollection, it said he went to Baruch College, said he went to NYU. He later, or perhaps at the interview, I didn't attend it, that he sought a master's degree, said that he worked in finance. I don't recall, was it Citigroup, I think. Said he was very successful, told me personally that he had made a lot of money at that age and was successful in life. We got into it, started getting personal about the fact that he came from a poor background, but that he was able to be very successful. Told me, I remember specifically, I'm into sports a little bit, that he was a star on the Baruch volleyball team and that they won the league championship. And what can I tell you?
He never went to Baruch College. So not only was he lying about where he went to school, he added the lie that he was star of the volleyball team. How do people operate this way? It is aren't you scared you're going to get caught? I mean, I guess not. Santos is caught, and he doesn't seem to care at all. So here's how the Republican Party in Washington, much different than Nassau County, are reacting to this. The top Republicans in the House, Speaker Kevin McCarthy, Majority Leader Steve Scalise, and Whip Tom Emmer, did not answer questions from CNN about Santos and the Nassau County GOP's calls for his resignation. Here is why. A source close to House GOP leadership said the calls from the county GOP will not have any bearing on their decision regarding Santos's political future. The source said Republican leaders are far more cognizant of the fact that a Santos resignation would tee up a special election in a Biden-won district. And Democrats would have a real shot of winning it, making the House GOP's razor-thin majority even slimmer. Santos flipped the seat in November, based on his lies. Quote, so it's a simple numbers game for leadership right now, the source said. This is, of course, pure politics. This is the definition of politics. They know Santos has to go, that it hurts not only their party, but it hurts Republicans, both in New York. It hurts their party. He's the perfect showcase of the lies that they represent. Yet they have to keep him. In their minds, they have to keep him because if they go to another election, they'll likely lose the seat. It is just incredible what is allowed to go on. And there's more, of course. There's a lot going on right now around Santos. A watchdog group asked FEC to investigate embattled Representative George Santos, his campaign finances. So there were questions around how those campaign finances were used. That's going to be possibly investigated. House Democrats have filed an ethics complaint against George Santos as well. Now, let's get to the lies. All right, so I have 4 articles here. All right, I thought I had 3. The last one may be something else. We'll get there. But, all right, so Brew College, he didn't go there. We already established that. Jewish grandparents, claimed he had Jewish grandparents that survived the Holocaust. Ukrainian Jewish refugees from Belgium. But Santos' heritage is actually Brazilian. His grandparents were apparently born in Brazil. Interesting. Yeah, he's not Jewish. In another, that's what this is, I think. Because in another, I want to make sure I brought this up. So in defense of him being exposed for not being Jewish, he said that he's actually Jew-ish. Jew-ish. That's his defense. So, I never said I was Jewish. I said I was Jew-ish. I'm still recovering from this one. This came out like 4 weeks ago. Occasionally it comes up, while I'm like eating dinner, and I start laughing because it's so ridiculous. He claimed he lost employees in the Pulse nightclub. Just disgusting. He claimed he ran an animal charity. Also, not true. Or at least let me read this. So Friends of Pets is a charity that Santos claims he founded, which acted as an animal rescue operation that rescued 2,400 dogs and 280 cats. Surprised the Internal Revenue Service couldn't find any record of a registered charity with that name. So I guess there was no charity. I know initially there was a discussion around maybe there was a charity, but the way they raised money was weird. They weren't sure where the money went. The money didn't actually go where it was supposed to go, but I guess there was no charity at all. He didn't work at Citigroup. He also claimed to work at Goldman Sachs. That's also not true. Claimed he owned rental properties, 13 rental properties. Also not true. Said he was, impacted, hurt by COVID-19 eviction protections because he owned properties. He never owned properties. Jesus. And then there's an organization, the DeVold organization. Santos says that this was his family's firm that managed $80 million in assets and described it as a capital introduction consulting company. It's unclear if this is a lie, so I guess the Times could not find any of the company's public-facing assets or properties. I'm going to assume it's a lie. I mean, he lies about everything. Why wouldn't this be a lie? And then apparently he was somehow involved in a Ponzi scheme, but he may have not been aware of it. Okay, but there's more articles, because I don't think everything was touched on there. So lied about elite prep school, graduating from college, Goldman Sachs, Citigroup. This one, he claims he trashed Goldman Sachs at a financial conference. So in a June 2022 podcast, Santos bragged that he had berated his employer, Goldman Sachs, on stage at Anthony Scaramucci's SALT conference. Goldman Sachs and Santos both agree now that he never worked there. And Scaramucci told CNN he has no record showing Santos was on the renewable energy panel he claimed to be on or even attended the conference. So I remember when I trashed Goldman Sachs. You didn't even work there. You claimed to. Oh, my. Yeah, we did the animal rescue charity, the properties. This one also wasn't in the other article. Claims he's half black. Santos wrote on Twitter in 2020 that he identifies as biracial. And when pressed to elaborate, he said he's Caucasian and black, though both his parents were born in Brazil. He said his father has roots in Angola, and his white Caucasian mother had fled socialism in Europe as an immigrant from Belgium. Who knows what aspect, what parts of that may be true or not. Of course, we discussed he's not actually Jewish. Holocaust, yeah, we know that. Yep. Okay, Pulse nightclub. His mother was a financial executive. This one is the best one. He claims his mother died in 9/11. This alone, just this one lie alone, should be enough to remove you from office or any position you may have attained while engaging in this lie. That you would lie about this. Also claimed he's not a criminal when he is, He's been under investigation in 2 countries. He admitted to breaking the law in Brazil when he was 19. And then there's more reports about fraudulent, stolen checkbook, making fraudulent purchases. So there's a lot going on around that as well. And this is another amazing one. This is a recent one. He said he voted against the House Omnibus Bill. Claimed on his website on January 4th that he voted nay on the House fiscal 2023 spending bill that passed on December 23rd, more than 2 weeks before he was sworn in as a congressman. In the middle of all these lies, he posts an obvious lie that anyone would know was a lie. Posted that on his website. This is why I'm telling you, he has to lie to survive. If he doesn't tell at least 10 lies a day, it's like the movie Speed. You got to keep the bus over 50. For him, he's got to keep the lies over 10 a day. Otherwise, he just, disintegrates or explodes. I don't know, but this is crazy. And then, every article has a new lie. There may be more I'm missing. I'm sure there are more I'm missing here. His sexuality. So he claimed that he was the first openly gay non-incumbent Republican elected to Congress. Yes. Except he claimed he's been out for 10 years. He only got divorced in September 2019. Less than 2 weeks before he filed paperwork to run for Congress. So, look, of course you can be gay and married. Many men are. That's come out many times. But this is a situation where he said he was open. He was out for 10 years. You were out for 10 years, yet you were married to a woman till 2019. I don't even know what's going on. This is just... In his interview with The Post, Santos, who's now married to a man, acknowledged being married to his ex-wife from 2012, 2017, saying, "I dated women in the past. I married a woman. It's personal stuff. I'm very much gay. I'm okay with my sexuality." Look, he could be bi, but he's not saying that. He's saying he's gay. Yet he was married while he claimed to be out. For 10 years. He got married just the year before he came out? Or no, he said 10 years in 2022. So he got married to his wife the year he came out. I'm done. There's no more. I mean, I'm sure there are more lies, but I can't take any more. So look, he's not going to step down. The party in Washington isn't going to force him out because they need that vote. So he's probably just going to be sitting there for the next 2 years. And then at that point would have to lose the election. But I don't know. Maybe it's possible that he will feel enough shame that he'll have to resign. But don't count on it.